Hello, my name is Janine from South Africa, from the lovely Afrikaans ministry at eindlikhoop.com. Please make yourself a lekker cup of coffee or tea and join me in my living room for our coffee chat. Today I was reminded of a memory when my eldest son was about 3-4 years old. I know I usually chat about his brother with the special needs, and you can go and listen more on that eindlikhoop.com blog where I chat more about his special needs. But anyway, his brother was about 3-4 years old when I got divorced. My husband had left me and my heart just broke. I didn't know how to go on with life. I didn't even want to go on with life. And yeah, I have to admit, I was so selfish. I didn't think of that little boy, how his heart broke, because he was also part of our family and his family was broken. It was all about my own selfish needs. At that stage, I did run to the Lord, but I didn't find my peace in the Lord. I cried out to the Lord because all that mattered to me was a restored marriage, nothing more. And I would cry so much. There was even a stage I'd beg my little son to not go and visit. And there was a court order, so I had to let him go and visit. And yes, I put all that on his little shoulders. And I'm so sorry I did it. And I was thinking now, I wish I could tell you I was this perfect mum. But again, what message would there be if I was just telling you how perfect mum I was? But I'm not able to tell you that I was a mum with a lot of mistakes. But I also remember our lovely, loving Lord. He's really got a sense of humor because he always, if I sit and do my coffee chats, he always also reminds me of something that happened that today I laugh about. At that moment, I didn't laugh about it, believe me. I was walking from the bus stop. After getting divorced, I didn't have a car. So my son always wanted to be carried. And I had him on the hip and I was walking to the bus stop. I had this beautiful wedge heels on and they were cutting into my flesh. But my heart was much more sore than my feet could ever be. And I remember, shame, that a poor man was standing looking at me. He probably felt so sorry for me with this wedge heels and my child. And my child was, by the way, a big boy. And just there in the middle of the street, I took my shoes off. And I was crying, by the way, because remember, I had such a broken heart. And I looked at him and I said, "What are you looking at?" Shame, yes, I'm sorry I did it, but yes, and today I laugh. I can't even believe I did something like that. And by the way, I think that's why I don't even wear any wedge heel. I wear flat shoes. But let me go on. And so when my son grew up, we didn't have a close relationship. He enjoyed his father's visits and I was so depressed, feeling so sorry for myself. And I caused a lot of damage in me and my son's relationship. And later when his brother was born, and can I just say, he's such an awesome brother. He is so patient with his brother. oh, he's just a sweetheart with his brother and even with me. And he later chose to go and live with his father, which I couldn't stop. I cried, I begged, but nothing helped. And when he was in high school, we didn't at all get along. I just felt he's this difficult teenager. And by the way, he had a lot of anger towards me because of what I did. I was a bad mum. And I would always pray to the Lord to please bring healing. Please bring my son back. And we must just remember there's always, always, always hope in the Lord. When he had finished school, he had moved back. And I can give a testimony today and tell you, the Lord has brought healing between us like never, ever before. I remember last night, it was raining here, and he's, by the way, already working. He came home. I had opened the door, waited for him by the door, and he's already a big man. And he immediately came and hugged me into his strong arms and said, "Hello, Mum, how was your day?" And the Lord had really restored our relationship. Just as long as we trust in Him. And you know what's the best part? He had cleansed me of my sin. He had washed the terrible memories there were between me and my son away. Because one day we were standing in the kitchen and I was asking my son, "But how could you forgive me? I wasn't a good mum to you." And he said such beautiful words. And he said, "But Mum, you're not the same person anymore." And I don't want to take any credit for this, because I don't deserve any credit. It's all because of the Lord. He brought healing like never ever before. And He is the only one that could bring healing. And yeah, I also want to say, as a small child, I don't want to let him go. But I forgot one important thing. The Lord loves him more than I can ever love him. And we can protect our children up to a point. But with that remembrance that the Lord loves them more than we can ever love them, the Lord will protect them. We have to trust our kids into the hands of the Lord, because I wanted to protect my son, keep my son for myself, and that caused much more harm. But still again, there is hope in the Lord, because He is the one that brought healing and restoration. Thank you so much for making the time to listen. Please visit that eindelijkhoop.com blog for daily encouragement and a restored marriage testimony every Saturday. Thank you. Till the next time.